to appeal to the FCT residents to assist us either by providing credible information that will defeat crime.
The trend began a couple of weeks in Kwali and Gwagwalada part of Abuja South. Soon the menace became the order of the day in part of the federal capital city, giving room for unnecessary jungle justice against innocent residents. What is the reach with the menace of manhood disappearance, and what is the police doing to curtail the trend? This will be our focus on today's week's of our regular security check program called the Police on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Good morning and thanks for joining us. My name is Aisha Oba Ali, your uncle. If you're just joining us, this is called the Police live on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. First, before we start our discussion, let's watch this background report, a review of FCT security, especially with the new trend of alleged missing manhood in the FCT. Okay, we have to continue the program now. And my guest in the studio today is a regular face on NTA Channel 5, especially called the Police Program, and he's the person of Superintendent of Police Ugochukwu Ohebu. He is the Divisional Police Officer of Liwe Division. You're welcome to call the police.
Thank you for having me. A point of correction, I am Chief Superintendent of Police, not a Superintendent.
I sincerely apologize
Thank you
for
very
that. I
much.
sincerely
Thank you.
apologize. Okay, now let's begin this way. We've had issues of the trend now is disappearance of manhood in the FCT is becoming the order of the day in the FCT. Now, as a DPO of Lube, what is the efficacy of this viral story and trend of manhood disappearance?
First and foremost, it is totally untrue. It's unfounded. It's a decoy, a smoke screen, orchestrated by hoodlums to probably uh, rejig or shake up the peaceful coexistence of the residents. I must tell you, it is totally a lie. There isn't anything called manhood disappearance.
Okay, now before this program commenced, I was listening to some of there was a call that came in, and I don't know if it's the same story because I heard you receiving a call about an incident at your division there.
Well, thank you very much. I received a call at the studio, and you eavesdropped into my call. A resident reported that he received a call. He received a call from an unknown person. Immediately, he mentioned his name. His manhood disappeared. So I asked them to be at the station since I'm in the studio. But you see, the truth is, there is no such thing like manhood disappearance.
Okay. Now, what is FCT Police Command doing about all this? Since you have established there's no efficacy about the stories that you get. So, what is the FCT Police Command doing about this to curb this trend?
You see, the Commissioner of Police FCT Commander CP Haruna G. Garba, has equally been embarrassed and is giving us a marching order to expedite action in investigation. And if prima facie case is established, these suspects will be prosecuted appropriately. The FCT command is equally doing all they can to ensure that this menace is cleared.
Yeah. So, We learned that this trend started from neighboring states and now it has infiltrated into the FCT. Now, in a nutshell, can you just tell us the number of incidents you have had so far in the FCT or perhaps in your division, your area of jurisdiction? How many incidents so far have you received?
Like the FCT, I do not have the statistics, but within my area of responsibility,
Mm.
we have recorded 11. And of course, you were here. I received a call that it is now telecommunication by way of call. A manhood could be stolen. You see, it's laughable. I really do not understand.
Okay.
I attribute this to maybe ignorance or I don't know. Because each time cases of this nature is reported, we subject the complainant in brackets and the victim, the suspects, are to medical examination also as to extract an expert opinion. And each time, I can tell you one incident. We got to the Federal Staff Clinic. I had to personally go there. When we got there, the doctor asked for physical examination. They asked him to remove his clothes. And when he removed his clothes,
Lo and behold.
lo and behold, the doctor said, wow, that's XSL, extra large. And the doctor asked, are you directly telling us that your manhood has disappeared? He said, yes. And the report came on the contrary, as against his claim, that he has a clean bill of health. Under this circumstance, the alleged, who was alleged wrongly, was mobbed, if not for the effort of the combined team of Lugbe Division to extract him and equally take him to the hospital for treatment. He would have been killed. Now, what do we do? As I'm talking to you, he's being prosecuted as directed by the Commissioner of Police, CPG Haruna.
Okay, I think if police take a stiffer action concerning those that claim or allege that they are manhood, I think this trend will reduce to a barest minimum. But the issue now is ridiculous that is even going evolving to digital missing of man. We just get a call and it's missing. It's quite ridiculous. But what I want to ask is now, what do they compensate the victims? Because when you have harmed, maimed, or wounded a person, an innocent person, what what is how did they get compensated?
This is like you rightly pointed out, the usual complaint, it comes in the way of exchange of pleasantries. Hello, how are you? Or Sanu, and when you respond, it results to a missing manhood. And some body contact. How could you have a body contact and the manhood is missing? Now it's digital. It's amazing. It is
Really
digital.
amazing.
That you place a call and the manhood is missing. You see, these victims who, of course, by way of this foul call, that is lynched, dehumanized, of course, the individuals who place this foul call will be prosecuted properly. And when they're prosecuted, the, the victim will be debriefed. However, he is allowed to seek civil redress,
Yes.
sue them for damages. However, police cannot handle such
Such.
civil suits.
Okay, now let's look at the issue of the medical reports. You said like the one that happened at the Federal Medical Center, Jabi, in but in the case of interrogating some of these people that bring these reports to your decks, do you think it's just don't know? I don't know. Is it a feeling? Is it psychological, or have you investigated further to understand? Because it is looking funny. It's sounding funny. Have you investigated? Maybe they're also hiding under these allegations to harm maybe a targeted victim. Have you investigated further to observe any of this?
Yeah, we have. You see, we one of the cases reported uh, happened to have two persons working as mechanics and electrician within same workshop, and the mechanic asked the electrician of the trend. After discussing with him, immediately he raised a foul cry that his manhood has been stolen. You know, so you see, it is not. We need to sensitize. We need to use. That's why your platform is required. Your platform is required to equally inform the public that this does not exist. Now, when you cause a foul call and an individual is lynched, how do you justify it? You asked, you said, you alleged that your manhood is missing. And lo and behold, your manhood is right with you. As big as it is, the color same, and on the account of your call, and somebody has just been lynched. You see, we can really not do much, but we ensure speedy intervention,
Intervention.
extraction of these victims who are being lynched. Now, invitation of the said individuals who alleged that their manhoods have been stolen or disappeared, and possible prosecution upon investigation.
Oh, I'm very sure. Thank you for that input. And I'm very sure most of these people at the end of the day come apologizing. But in the case somebody is dead, who do you apologize to? So it's a very serious matter. And because of the sensitivity of this topic, already our telephone lines are open for our viewers to call in. And I'm sure some calls are already coming in. Let's quickly pick this one. Hello. Good morning. This is NTA Channel 5 Abuja, and this is called the Police Live on the Unity Station. May we know your name and the location you're calling from?
Okay, I am Mr. Emmanuel.
Okay.
I am a resident of Lupe in Abuja here.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, I just called in respect of the program going on.
Okay.
And being a resident in Lupe, where I stay, I believe that even if I have not met that much person, but his good job at speaking for him as far as Lupe is concerned. Because with him around there, we've seen a lot of changes that he has put on ground. And I must say I'm very proud of him because he has done no good in that area in terms of controlling the traffic, the Okada men, the stop and search, and even all those kind of late night stealings they do where they snatch handbags and things, and even on the highway. He has done that.
Okay.
So I just want to commend him and say he should keep up the good job. The God that is protecting him should keep protecting him, and we encourage him more.
Okay.
The reward of the good work is to do more work.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, thank you. And the Chief Superintendent of Police is hearing you. Well, can you contribute to the topic of discussion? we are looking at the disappearance of manhood, which is rampant now in Lugbe, alleged missing of manhood. Can you contribute to that? You have anything to say?
Yes, yes. What I have to say about that right now, you see, it's not, if it was something that they kidnap you to forcefully take it away from you, you
Mhm.
would say, okay, this is happening. But the thing is done diabolically. People just cut you, and before you know it, it disappeared. So the only thing we will say, what we encourage the police is that they should continue to do their job and to enlighten people more to be very vigilant. And being that it's when you have contact with somebody, when you work in to mind how you work, and to also keep check on yourself at all times,
No.
especially when you're in a public place. I think that will help because it's not something that you can just stand and it's not written on anybody's head. You don't know who is who. All you think when you're outside or when you're in, or when you enter public transport or you're going on the road, or you see people shaking hands with people from time to time, just keep checking.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
that's wisdom.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. So you have to cut you now so that other people will have the opportunity to also phone in. But perhaps Mr. Emmanuel was not following you from the beginning when you were talking that there is nothing like missing mound. I'm sure while this program is going on, he will get to learn that
Yeah.
there's nothing like that. But this brings me to the issue of our tradition. We are Africans, greeting is part of us. So are you saying now, as part of not losing your guard, you should stop greeting people? Because you made mention of somebody earlier while we were discussing. Somebody just said "senu," like hello in Hausa, and the other person felt his manhood was as missing. So does it mean we can't exchange pleasantries?
It's a total lie. Please, residents of Lugbe, including Emmanuel,
Mm.
there isn't anything like manhood disappearance. Are you attributing theft to metaphysics? That cannot work. We do not have laws, relevant laws to prosecute this. And all cases reported, we have subjected to medical examination. All came positive. This man has a clean bill of record as against reported. So please go ahead, shake, exchange pleasantries. There isn't a thing like that.
Let's quickly pick this other call. Hello. Good morning. This is Call the Police Live. Before you go ahead, let's know your name and the location where you're calling from. Dele, Mr. Dele Ayara. Okay, where are you calling from? Okay, Lugba across zone 9. Okay, go ahead. Yes, we got that clearly, but tune down the volume of your TV set to enable us hear you clearly. The volume is still high, so please turn it down. Okay, we can hear you now. Okay.
They are really doing their very good job. But we have discovered that this social melee called disappearance of the male genital organ is taking this, we don't know how to control. It's running out of control as we speak now. We don't really know how far the police will go unless they come out, do a little bit of, advert, maybe public enlightenment, and tell us that this is wrong. We have done this investigation. At the end of the day, it was nothing. So people don't be afraid. Because the other day in area one, somebody was asking me to direct him somewhere. I didn't have time. I just moved ahead. The person was looking at me, but I have my reason for doing that. So if we continue, it's going to affect us socially, and then we'll no longer be a brother keeper. Thank you for the job well done, sir.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Um, it sounds funny, but it's a very, very serious matter.
Very,
Just
very.
imagine somebody was asking for direction, but he couldn't do that because he is trying to guard his protect himself. Let's pick
Okay.
another call before maybe you comment. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Who is on the line and your location? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, where precisely in Abuja?
Hello?
We can hear you. We lost that call. You wanted to say something after that man's comments.
You see the trend now. All the victims that were assaulted, we have come to terms with the fact that they lose their personal belongings, they lose their phones, you see, and we associate this to a criminal gang who will raise eyebrow, who will raise foul call.
Hello? Okay, we have a caller on the line. Good morning.
Yes, I'm calling in respect to the TV stop the man in that place talking to the police officer.
Okay.
I want to let
But you didn't, sorry, you didn't tell us your name or where you're calling from. Where? Who?
I said Lawrence Chinomsuba.
Okay, from where?
I'm calling from Wuse to Aminokano.
Okay, Lawrence.
Yes. Please, it's because this thing has not happened to this man in question or somebody related to him. That's why he's talking this way. In my front, someone a matured man's mouth turn to in fact, which one is 1 year? A 2-year-old baby boy, a matured man, just the testus left. And he's here telling us that there's nothing like that. How can he tell us? In fact, they said a child that is growing up, wherever that child is pointing out, it's either this person is known, either the mother is here or the father is here. So that means in every of these rumors, now let's put it now as claims rumors. There's an evidence of truth in it.
Okay.
Why would he be sitting there and be saying, make it not happen to them in the next 2 weeks? So I'm telling you the gospel truth. Then we should come back there and sit down and say this thing is not happening.
Wow. Okay, Mr. Lawrence, before you drop your call, but I would speak for him, but he is here to speak for himself. I'm sure he's speaking based on the reports and the ones he has investigated. Okay. Thank you, Lawrence, for calling. Thank you so much for calling. Now, I don't know if you can,
Yes,
comment
yes.
on that.
Mr. Lawrence, rhetorically speaking, I must tell you that there isn't a thing like that. Now, this individual who you have painted lost his manhood.
And
Were you able to, before he lost his manhood, ascertain the size of his manhood before he raised this
the
alarm? If you were able to ascertain, and you can now compare after the alarm, you see, people are gifted differently. Some are gifted SSL, some are large, some are, different strokes for different folks. So he has to be told, let him not misinform the public as associating theft to metaphysics or biblical means does not hold water within the law or medically.
Now that was where I was going back to. You said most of the cases, you find out that the victims lose their valuables, their phones missing, their money. So is it another form of crime or theft?
Thank you very much.
So I just want you to
this is what we have.
On that.
We have completely attributed this foul call to a kind of robbery, because these victims will be lynched. In the process of being lynched, their valuables will be taken, carted away. And at the end of the day, they said purported victims will say, my manhood is back. That is totally unacceptable. And the Commissioner of Police, FCT, CP Haruna G. Garuba frowns at it. He has given us marching orders. And that, of course, we will
Okay.
do.
Okay, now quickly, because we don't have time, who takes care of the bill of those that have been wounded and are innocent? Who takes care of the bill?
Of course, most times we have individuals who are not financially empowered
Yeah.
to.
Mm.
The division, takes this bill. And sometimes you get to the hospital, definitely you have to purchase a card. And our duties include save life and property. First and foremost, let the life be saved. So we save the life and expect blessings from God. Okay.
Um, um, Bio Ugochukwu Ohebo, thank you for coming on the program. And
Right.
I pray this program has been able to sensitize people and disabuse their mind about this new social trend happening, alleged missing of manhood. And that's the much we can bring to you this week. Join us again next time, same station, same time, on call, please, live on NTA Channel 5, the Unity station. And before we come your way again next week, I remain yours, Aisha Oba Ali. Bye bye and have a good day.